Hello students, today I bring for you a new chapter, Principle of Inheritance and Variation. In this chapter we are going to solve a total of 54 questions which are coming in the previous 2013 to 2023 NEET exam. So let's start the first question. First one. The production of gametes by parents, formation of zygote, the F1 and F2 plant can be understood from a diagram called option A Punnett square, option B net square, option C bullet square, option D pulse square. So simply we can identify or we can understood the diagram regarding the inheritance and variations by a square that is called option A Punnett square. Okay. Next question. Question number second. Identify the wrong statement with reference to the gene I that control ABO blood groups. Option A. A person will have only 2 of the 3 alleles. Option B. When IA and IB are present together, they express same type of sugar. Option C. Allele I does not produce any sugar. And option D. The gene I has 3 alleles. You have to find out the wrong statement with reference to the gene I that controls ABO blood groups. So here option B statement is the wrong one. When IA and IB are present together, they express same type of sugar. Explanation: the gene I has 3 alleles in human blood grouping I, IA and IB. Only 2 of the 3 alleles would be present in an individual. On the surface of RBC, allele I does not create any sugar or antigen. It is a recessive trait. Sugar or antigen is produced on the surface of RBC by allele A. It is a stronghold in nature. Sugar or antigen B, antigen is produced on the surface of RBC by allele IP. It is a stronghold in nature. Both allele I and IB produce both A and B antigen on the surface of RBCs. Both of them exhibit codominance. Because they express 2 different sugars or antigens on the surface of RBC, the statement when I and IB are present together, they express in the same type of sugar is incorrect. Question number 3rd. 2020 का question है ये. Experimental verification of the chromosomal theory of inheritance was done by T.H. Morgan or we can say Thomas Hunt Morgan. Option C आपका answer. Okay, Thomas Hunt Morgan and his colleagues performed experimental verification on the chromosomal theory of heredity. Morgan's research with the microscopic fruit fly Drosophila melanogaster led to discovery of the genetic foundation for sexual reproduction variety. Law of inheritance was given by Mendel, and Sutton and Boveri proposed the chromosomal theory of inheritance. So the answer will be option number C, Morgan, T.H. Morgan. Question number 4. Matching is there. You can see. Select the correct match. Okay. Column A, column 2. Phenylketonuria PKU. Option B sickle cell anemia, autosomal recessive trait, chromosome 11. Option C thalassemia, X-linked. Option D hemophilia, Y-linked. We have to find the correct match. So here the correct match is the option B sickle cell anemia, autosomal recessive trait, chromosome 11. Explanation: phenylketonuria, thalassemia and sickle cell anemia are autosomal recessive disorders. Hemophilia is X-linked recessive disorder. Hemophilia is X-linked disorder. That's why option A is the wrong one. Option C also wrong one. Option D also wrong one. Correct match will be option B. Sickle cell anemia, autosomal recessive trait, chromosome 11. Now question number 5. How many true breeding pea plant varieties did Mendel select as pair, which were similar except in one character with contrasting traits? Options are 2, 14, 8, 4. So Mendel selected 14 true breeding plant varieties. Option B आपका answer है 14 true breeding plant varieties. Now question number 6. Chromosomal theory of inheritance was proposed by chromosomal theory of inheritance was proposed by option A Bateson and Punnett, ये तो wrong है. Second T.H. Morgan, ये भी आपका wrong होगा. T.H. Morgan भी wrong है. Watson and Crick गलत. Sutton and Boveri is the correct answer. Okay, option D, Sutton Boveri is the correct answer. Explanation: the chromosomal theory of inheritance was proposed by Sutton and Boveri in 1903. Sutton and Boveri argued that the pairing and separation of a pair of chromosomes would lead to the segregation of a pair of factors that carried. Sutton united the knowledge of chromosomal segregation with Mendelian principle and called it is the chromosomal theory of inheritance. So option D आपका correct answer होगा. Next question, question number 7. The number of contrasting characters studied by Mendel for his experiment was 4, 2, 7, 14. Number of contrasting characters. So here the answer will be option C, 7. 7 contrasting characters were studied by Mendel for his experiment. Some of the contrasting traits selected were smooth or wrinkled seed, yellow or green seed, inflated or constricted, green or yellow pod, and tall or dwarf plant. Next, question number 8. The best example for pleiotropy is phenylketonuria, color blindness, ABO blood group, skin color. प्लियोट्रॉपी के लिए बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल. सो ऑप्शन ए आपका करेक्ट आंसर होगा, phenylketonuria. Explanation: when a single gene can exhibit multiple phenotypic expression, such a gene is called pleiotropic gene. The disease phenylketonuria, which affect human, is an example of this. A mutation in the gene that codes for the enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase causes the condition. Single gene mutation, phenylalanine hydroxylase. Okay. Next question number 9. What map unit, that is centimorgan, is adapted in the constructions of genetic map? A unit of distance between two expressed genes representing 10% crossing over, a unit of distance between two expressed genes representing 100% crossing over, a unit of distance between genes and chromosomes representing 1% crossing over, and option D, a unit of distance between genes and chromosomes representing 50% crossing over. So here the answer will be option number C, a unit of distance between genes and chromosomes representing 1% of crossing over. Explanation: one map unit is equivalent to 1% crossing over. Map unit is used to measure genetic distance. This genetic distance is based on average number of cross over frequency. So option C आपका आंसर. Next question number 10. What is the genetic disorder in which an individual has an overall masculine development, gynecomastia, and is sterile? That is option A Turner syndrome, option B Klinefelter syndrome, option C Edwards syndrome, and option D Down syndrome. Disorder in which individual has a overall masculine development, gynecomastia, and is sterile. So here the answer will be option number B, Klinefelter syndrome. Okay, B आपका आंसर होगा, Klinefelter syndrome. Explanation: individuals with Klinefelter syndrome have an additional copy of X chromosome resulting into a karyotype of 44 plus XXY, that is 47. They show overall masculine development, gynecomastia, and are sterile. What is the term of gynecomastia? Now gynecomastia means the male breast tissue swells due to reduced male hormone, that is testosterone, or increased female hormone, that is estrogen. That is called gynecomastia. Question number 10. The frequency of recombination between gene pair of the same chromosome as a measure of the distance between genes was explained by T.H. Morgan, Gregor Johann Mendel, Alfred Stuart Wendt, and Sutton Boveri. Here the answer will be option number C, Alfred Stuart Wendt. Explanation: the probability of recombination between gene pair on the same chromosome was employed by Alfred Stuart Wendt to calculate the distance between genes. सो ऑप्शन सी आपका आंसर होगा। क्वेश्चन नंबर 12, इन स्नैपड्रैगन a red flower was crossed with a white flower, and in F1 generation pink flower were obtained. F1, okay, F1 generation. When pink flower were selved, the F2 generation showed white, red and pink flowers. Choose the incorrect statement from the following. Option A, this experiment does not follow the principles of dominance. Pink color in F1 is due to incomplete dominance. Ratio of F2 is 1/4 due to incomplete dominance. Law of segregation does not apply in this experiment. So here question number 12, the answer will be incorrect statement आपको बतानी है, and that is the option number D. Law of segregation does not apply in this experiment because A is the correct one, correct statement, B also, and ratio will be F2 will be 1/4 due to incomplete dominance. So D is your answer. It is incorrect statement regarding this experiment. Explanation: genes for flower color in snapdragon shows incomplete dominance, which is an exception of Mendelian first principle, that is law of dominance. Here the F1 had a phenotype that did not resemble either of the two parents and was in between the two. Law of segregation is universally applicable. Question number 13. Again select the incorrect statement. Male fruit fly is heterogametic. Option B. In male grasshopper 50% sperm have no sex chromosome. Option C. In domesticated fowls, sex of progeny depends on the type of sperm rather than the egg. Option D. Human male have one of the sex chromosomes much shorter than the other. So you have to find out the incorrect statement, and the incorrect will be option number C. Why option number C is the incorrect one? Because fowl is a type of bird. Okay, in birds female heterogamety is found, that is a female bird has two sex chromosomes Z and W and can produce two different type of gametes. Thus sex of progeny depends on the type of egg rather than the type of sperm. That's why this is the incorrect statement, and other three are the correct one. Okay. Question number 14. Select the correct statement. Franklin Stoll coined the term linkage. B. Punnett square was developed by British scientist. C. Spliceosomes take part in translation, and D. Transduction was discovered by S. Altman. Here you have to find out the correct statement, and the correct statement will be option number B. Okay. R.C. Punnett, an English geneticist, devised the Punnett square in the early 90s, who is also a British scientist. Okay. So this one is the correct one, and others are the wrong statement, because T.H. Morgan coined the term linkage, not Franklin Stoll. T.H. Morgan. And C is the wrong one, because spliceosome is a structure within which splicing reactions occur. Splicing is a process by which the non-coding regions, that is introns, are removed from the mRNA, and only exons, that is coding regions, are left, which are further translated into proteins. So these are the terms regarding spliceosome. And transduction was discovered by Ginder and Lederberg in Salmonella in 1952, not by S. Altman. Transduction was discovered by Ginder and Lederberg in Salmonella in 1952. Okay, so correct would be option number B. Punnett square was discovered by R.C. Punnett in the early 90s. Question number 15. Which of the following pair is wrongly matched? Starch synthesis in P, multiple alleles, ABO blood grouping, codominance, XO type sex determination grasshopper, T.H. Morgan linkage. You have to find out the wrongly match. So here the statement 1 is wrongly matched. Explanation: starch synthesis in pea plant is controlled by a single gene. which is 2 alleles, one dominant and other is recessive. Not multiple alleles are used in this type of synthesis. So A option is wrongly matched and other 3 are the correct one. ABO blood grouping, codominance, XO type substitution, grasshopper, TH Morgan linkage. Question number 16. Which of the following characteristics represent inheritance of blood group in humans? Inheritance of blood group in humans. Dominance, codominance, multiple dominance, incomplete dominance, polygenic inheritance. So here, which characteristics represent the inheritance of blood group? Now option number A, B and C. These 3 are the characteristics representing the inheritance of blood group in humans. Dominance, codominance and multiple dominance. So option number B आपका आंसर होगा A, B and C only. Okay. Explanation. Blood group represents dominance, codominance and multiple alleles. 3 alleles IA, IB and IO determine one characteristic, that is blood group. One characteristic, and the blood group IA and IB are dominant, where O is the recessive one. Question number 17. A woman has an X-linked condition on one of her X chromosome. This chromosome can be inherited by. A woman has an X-linked condition on one of her X chromosome. This chromosome can be inherited by only daughter, only son, only grandchildren, both son and daughter. So here the answer will be option D, both son and daughters. Explanation. Woman has only X chromosome with her, which she can pass to any child, that is boy or a girl. In contrast, a man can pass X chromosome to only his daughter and Y chromosome to only his son. So option D is the answer. Question number 18. Among the following characters, which one was not considered by Mendel in his experiments on P? Not considered पूछा है, okay? Not considered, sir. Stem, tall or dwarf, it was considered by Mendel. Trichomes, glandular, non-glandular, ये गलत हो गया, मतलब ये आपका आंसर होगा. It is not considered by Mendel. Seed, green and yellow, pod, inflated, constricted, A, C and D, इन तीनों को मेंडल ने अपनी कंसिडर किया था एक्सपेरिमेंट्स में. बट बी वाला जो दिया गया है, ट्रिकोम्स, ग्लैंडुलर और नॉन ग्लैंडुलर, ये कंसिडर नहीं किया था. सो बी ऑप्शन आपका करेक्ट होगा. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 19. A disease caused by an autosomal primary non-disjunction is. Autosomal primary non-disjunctions. Option Down syndrome, option B Klinefelter syndrome, option C Turner syndrome and option D sickle cell anemia. So autosomal primary non-disjunction is the option A, Down syndrome. Explanation. Down syndrome दूसरे वर्ड में कहते हैं इसे मंगोलिज्म भी कहा जाता है. इसे मंगोलिज्म. It is the presence of an additional copy of chromosomal number 21, that is trisomy of 21. Genetic constitution, that is 45 plus XX or 45A plus XY, that is 47 chromosomes. A plus XX दिया गया है और 45A plus XY, that is 47 chromosomes. Features क्या क्या होगा इस बीमारी से? They are short-statured with small round head, broad flat face, furrowed big tongue and partially open mouth, many loops on fingertips, palm is broad with characteristics palm crease, retarded physical, psychomotor and mental development, and finally congenital heart disease. These are the features of this syndrome. Question number 20. The genotype of a husband and wife are IAIB and IAI. Among the blood group of their children, how many different genotypes and phenotypes are possible? 3 genotypes, 3 phenotypes, or 3 genotype, 4 phenotypes, 4 genotype, 3 phenotypes, 4 genotype, 4 phenotypes. So here husband का IA and IB है and wife का IA and small I. इनके ब्लड ग्रुप से हिसाब से चिल्ड्रंस की ब्लड ग्रुप कितने जीनोटाइप और फिनोटाइप में पॉसिबिलिटी हो सकता है, डिफरेंट. सो हियर द आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन नंबर सी, that are 4 genotype and 3 phenotypes. So explanation: the genotype of husband and wife are IA, IB and IAI. 4 different possible genotypes of the children are IA and IB, IA small I, IB small I, IA and IA. The possible number of phenotypes of the children are blood group A, blood group B and blood group AB. That's why option C is the correct one, that is 4 genotypes and 3 phenotypes. Question number 21. Which one from those given below is the period for Mendel's hybridization experiment? So here 1856 to 1863, 1840 to 1850, 1857 to 1869, 1870 to 1877. So here the answer will be option A, 1856 to 1863. Mendel experiment on pea plant for 7 years, that is from 1856 to 1863. On his findings were published in 1865. This is the explanation. Question number 22. Thalassemia and sickle cell anemia are caused due to a problem in globin molecule synthesis. Select the correct statement. Thalassemia and sickle cell anemia के बारे में देखो. ऑप्शन ए, both are due to a qualitative defect in globin chain synthesis. Option B, both are due to quantitative defect in globin chain synthesis. Option C, thalassemia is due to less synthesis of globin molecules. And option D, sickle cell anemia is due to a quantitative problems of globin molecules. So here you have to find out the correct statement, and the correct statement is the option C. Thalassemia is due to less synthesis of globin molecules. Explanation: thalassemia and sickle cell anemia are genetic disorders in which hemoglobin synthesis is affected. In thalassemia, there is a defect in the alpha or beta globin chain. This leads to the synthesis of abnormal red blood cells due to the decreased synthesis of globin molecules, whereas in sickle cell anemia, there is a mutation in beta globin chain resulting in sickling of red blood cells. Next is question number 23. You have to find out the wrong statement. First option, chromosomal theory of inheritance was proposed by Sutton and Boveri. करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट है ये 23 का. लॉ ऑफ डोमिनेंस एंड लॉ ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंट असेसमेंट वर प्रपोज्ड बाय मेंडल. करेक्ट वन. लिंकेज एंड रिकॉम्बिनेशन वर डिस्कवर्ड बाय सुटन. सी स्टेटमेंट गलत हो गया, बिकॉज लिंकेज वर डिस्कवर्ड बाय टी.एच. मॉर्गन. अभी हमने ऊपर के क्वेश्चंस में देखा. ऑप्शन डी, 3 साइंटिस्ट इंडिपेंडेंटली रीडिस्कवर द मेंडल्स लॉ इन 90s. करेक्ट है ये. 3 साइंटिस्ट आर, हु आर द 3 साइंटिस्ट? The 3 scientists are Hugo de Vries, Karl Correns and Erich von Tissermack. 3 scientists are there who rediscover the Mendel's law in 90s. So option C आपका आंसर होगा, क्योंकि रॉन्ग स्टेटमेंट पूछा है तो C is the answer. Question number 24. The recessive gene located on X chromosome in humans are always. The recessive genes located on X chromosomes in humans are always sublethal, expressed in females, expressed in males, and lethal. Here the answer will be option number C, expressed in males. Explanation: female have a pair of X chromosome, whereas male have one X and one Y chromosomes. Because of the presence of only one X chromosome, the recessive gene on X chromosome in male are always expressed. So option C is the answer. Question number 25. Which one of the following is not true for the experiment of Mendel on pea? Not true पूछा गया है. Okay. Option A, his experiments had small sampling size. Option B, he chose characters of 2 contrasting states. Option C, he used 2 breeding lines. Option D, his observations were based on natural open pollination. So here wrong one आपको बतानी है, तो ऑप्शन ए आपका wrong है, because his experiments had very large sampling size which gave greater credibility to the data he collected. So option A is the answer. Question number 26. Select the correct option. Option A, Klinefelter syndrome is due to an extra X chromosome as result in sterile male. Option B, phenylketonuria is X-linked disease and result in accumulation of phenyl pyruvic acid. Option C, Down syndrome is due to triploidy and result in mental retardation. Option D, Turner syndrome is due to trisomy and result in sterile female. So here the answer will be 26 का क्या होगा? 26 का ऑप्शन नंबर ए. Klinefelter syndrome is due to an extra X chromosome and result in sterile male. अभी हमने इसके बारे में सॉल्व किया था इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस को. Phenylketonuria is X-linked disease and result in the accumulation of phenylalanine, not by phenyl pyruvic acid. Okay, so इस की वजह से ये स्टेटमेंट गलत हो गया. Phenylalanine is a type of amino acid. Down syndrome is due to ट्रिप्लॉइडी नहीं होगा, ट्राइजोमी इन 21st क्रोमोसोम एंड रिजल्ट्स इन मेंटल रिटार्डेशन. सो ये गलत हो गया. ऑप्शन डी, टर्नर सिंड्रोम इज ड्यू टू लैक ऑफ एक्स क्रोमोसोम्स एंड रिजल्ट इन स्टेराइल फीमेल. यहाँ पर ट्राइजोमी लिखा गया है, गलत हो गया ये, लैक ऑफ एक्स क्रोमोसोम. सो हियर द करेक्ट ऑप्शन विल बी A1. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 27. If a colorblind male marries a woman who is homozygous for normal color vision, the probability of their son being colorblind is 0.75, 1, 0, 0.5. So here it will be option number C, 0. Because colorblindness is a X-linked recessive trait acquired by crisscross inheritance, that is a colorblind man, and a normal woman cannot bear a colorblind kid. To bear a colorblind son, the other must be carrier or affected, such that the affected X chromosome is passed down to the son. That's why 0% will be the answer. 28. A true breeding plant is near homozygous and produces offspring of its own kind. Option B, always homozygous recessive in its genetic constitution. Option C, one that is able to breed on its own. And option D, produced due to cross pollination among unrelated plants. True breeding plant क्या है? So here option A is the answer, near homozygous and produces offspring of its own kind. Explanation. A true breeding line is one that have undergone continuous self-pollination, shows the stable trait inheritance and expressions for several generations. So option A is the answer. Question number 29. A cell at telophase stage is observed by a student in a plant brought from the field. He tells his teacher that this cell is not like other cell at telophase stage. There is no formation of cell plate, and thus the cell is containing more number of chromosomes as compared to other dividing cells. This would result in option A, aneuploidy, option B, polyploidy, option C, somaclonal variation, and option D, polyteny. So here the answer will be option number B, polyploidy. Explanation. Failure of cytokinesis after telophase stage of cell division result in an increase in a whole set of chromosomes in an organism, and this phenomenon is called polyploidy. This condition is often seen in plants. So option B आपका आंसर होगा polyploidy. Question number 30. In a test cross involving F1 dihybrid flies, more parental type offspring were produced than the recombinant type offspring. This indicates option A, the two genes are located on two different chromosomes. Option B, chromosomes failed to separate during meiosis. Option C, the two genes are linked and present on the same chromosome. Option D, both the characters are controlled by more than one gene. So here the answer would be option number C. The two genes are linked and present on the same chromosome. Okay. Explanation. T.H. Morgan attributed the physical association of or linkage of the two genes and coined the term linkage. Next one, question number 31. Pick out the correct statement. Hemophilia is a sex-linked recessive disease. Okay, correct one. Statement A आपका correct है. B, Down syndrome is due to aneuploidy. B also correct. C, PKU is an autosomal recessive gene disorder. बिल्कुल सही ये भी. Sickle cell anemia is an X-linked recessive gene disorder. D statement is the wrong one because sickle cell anemia is a autosomal linked recessive trait that can be transmitted from parents to the offspring when both the partners are carrier for the gene. Okay, so here D wrong one hai. So the correct are the option number D statement. A, B and C are the correct. Okay, D statement यहाँ पर D ऑप्शन करेक्ट है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 32. मैचिंग करके दिया गया है. डोमिनेंस, कोडोमिनेंस, प्लियोट्रॉपी, पॉलीजेनिक इनहेरिटेंस. एंड सेकेंड कॉलम में दिया गया है many genes govern a single character. Many genes govern a single character that goes to polygenic inheritance. Second, in a heterozygous organism, only one allele express itself. Heterozygous, in an heterozygous organism, only one allele express itself. So here it goes to dominance. Third, in a heterozygous organism, both allele express themselves fully, that is codominance, and pleiotropy is the single gene influenced by many characters, that is called pleiotropy. So according to this, option numbers are 2, 3, 4 and 1. Come to options 2, 3, 4, 1. ऑप्शन नंबर बी आपका आंसर होगा. ओके, एक्सप्लेनेशन की तरफ आते हैं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 32 था, देखो. एक्सप्लेनेशन. डोमिनेंस in a heterozygous organism, only one allele expressed itself. Codominance, it is an inheritance in which heterozygous offspring show an intermediate character between two parental characteristics. Pleiotropy, it is a single gene produces more than one effect. Example, starch synthesis in pea seed, sickle cell anemia. And fourth, polygenic inheritance, many genes effect on one phenotype. So option number B आपका आंसर होगा. क्वेश्चन नंबर 33. A tall true breeding garden pea plant is crossed with a dwarf true breeding garden pea plant. When the F1 plant were served, the result genotype were in the ratio of, the simple आपका मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस के बारे में दिया गया है. तो मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस का जीनोटाइपिक रेशियो क्या था? 1:2:1 था, है ना. तो 1 में क्या आ गया आपका? टॉल होमोजाइगस. 2 में आपका आ गया टॉल हेटेरोजाइगस. एंड फाइनली लास्ट 1 में आ गया आपका ड्वार्फ. So here the answer will be option A. And phenotypic ratio 3:1. Next, question number 34. Which of the following most appropriately describe hemophilia? Recessive gene disorder, X-linked recessive gene disorder, chromosomal disorder, and dominant gene disorder. So hemophilia is a type of, option B, X-linked recessive gene disorder. Okay, B is the answer. Explanation: hemophilia is X-linked sex-linked recessive disease which shows its transmission from unaffected carrier female to some of the male progeny has been widely studied. The family pedigree of Queen Victoria shows a number of hemophilic descendants as she was a carrier of this disease. So B option is the correct answer. Next 35. How many pair of contrasting characters in pea plant was studied by Mendel in his experiment? पेयर पूछा है तो क्या होगा? ऑप्शन बी 7 pair of contrasting characters. Okay. Next one, question number 36. A man with blood group A marries a woman with blood group B. What are the possible blood group of their offsprings? मेल का ब्लड ग्रुप A है, फीमेल का ब्लड ग्रुप B है. पॉसिबल ऑफस्प्रिंग के ब्लड ग्रुप क्या होगा? तो A ब्लड ग्रुप हो सकता है, B भी हो सकता है, AB भी हो सकता है एंड O भी हो सकता है. सो आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन A. ओके. क्वेश्चन नंबर 37. Multiple alleles are present. Multiple alleles are present at the same locus of the chromosome on non-sister chromatids. Option C, on different chromosomes. Option D, a different loci on the same chromosome. Multiple alleles are present at the same locus of the chromosome. Option E आपका आंसर होगा. Explanation: multiple alleles that are more than two alternate form of a gene present on the same locus are called multiple alleles. There is absence of crossing over in multiple alleles. So option A आपका आंसर होगा. Question number 38. The movement of a gene from one linkage group to another is called translocation, crossing over, inversion, duplication. So here the answer will be option A, translocation. Explanation: when a portion of chromosome breaks and attaches to another is known as translocation. So A is the answer. 39. Alleles are different molecular form of a gene, heterozygotes, different phenotypes, true breeding homozygotes. So the answer will be option A, different molecular form of a gene. Explanation: the term allele was given by W. Batson. Alleles are different molecular form of a gene. Okay, it was termed by W. Batson. Next, question number 40. An abnormal human baby with XXX sex chromosomes was born due to 3X होगा उसमें. ऑप्शन है फ्यूजन ऑफ 2 ओवा एंड 1 स्पर्म. ये गलत हो गया, ये नहीं होगा. ऑप्शन है ऑप्शन बी फ्यूजन ऑफ 2 स्पर्म एंड 1 ओव्यूम. ये भी गलत हो गया. और ऑप्शन की तरफ आते हैं. फॉर्मेशन ऑफ एबनॉर्मल स्पर्म इन द फादर, wrong one. Formation of abnormal ova in the mother. So D option आपका correct है. Okay, D is the correct option. Formation of abnormal ova in the mother. Abnormal ova is formed in mother's ovary due to non-disjunction of X chromosome in the mother's body, which results in the 3 X chromosomes found. 41. In the following human pedigree, the field symbols represent the affected individual. Identify the type of given pedigree. ऑप्शंस देख लो, पेडिग्री को देखो और फिर ऑप्शन की तरफ आते हैं. एक्स लिंक्ड रिसेसिव, ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव, एक्स लिंक्ड डोमिनेंट, ऑटोसोमल डोमिनेंट. सो by seeing this type of human pedigree, it is the ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव. ओके, बी आंसर होगा आपका ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव टाइप ऑफ पेडिग्री चार्ट. Because autosomal recessive trait can be transmitted from parents to the offspring when both the partners are carrier of the gene that are heterozygous. So कंपेयर करेंगे डायग्राम को देखते हुए तो आंसर क्या आएगा, ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव आपका आंसर होगा। नेक्स्ट 42, a colorblind man marries a woman with normal sight who has no history of color blindness in her family. What is the probability of their grandson being colorblind? So here one, option A, option B nil, option C 0.25, option D 0.5. So probability क्या रहेगा इसमें? The answer will be option C 0.25. Okay. Colorblind man crosses with a normal woman. Out of 4 grandsons, 1 will be colorblind. Probability is 1/4, 0.25. Next question number 43. The term linkage was given by, किसने दिया था लिंकेज का? थॉमस हंट मॉर्गन, T.H. Morgan given the term linkage. Next question number 44. A gene showing codominance has, a gene showing codominance has, option A, alleles tightly linked on the same chromosome, option B, alleles that is recessive to each other, option C, both alleles independently expressed in the heterozygote, and option D, one allele dominant on the other. So here a gene showing codominance has, which one is the answer? Option C, both alleles independently expressed in the heterozygote. Okay, explanation. The allele which do not show dominance recessive relationship and are able to express themselves independently and equally when present together, that is called codominance. Okay, next one 45. A pleiotropic gene, option A, is a gene evolved during Pliocene, option B, control a trait only in combination with another gene, option C, controls multiple traits in an individual, and option D, is expressed only in primitive plants. So a pleiotropic gene controls multiple traits in an individual, option C आपका आंसर होगा। Explanation. When a gene affects many aspects of phenotype or controls several phenotypes, it is said to be pleiotropic gene. So option C is the correct answer. Next question 46. In his classic experiments on pea plant, Mendel did not use pod length, seed shape, flower position, seed color. So क्लासिक एक्सपेरिमेंट्स में मेंडल ने क्या यूज नहीं किया था ना, पॉड लेंथ को यूज नहीं किया था। ऑप्शन ए आपका आंसर होगा। एक्सप्लेनेशन. मेंडल कंडक्टेड हाइब्रिडाइजेशन एक्सपेरिमेंट ऑन गार्डन पी. मेंडल इन्वेस्टिगेटेड सेवरल कैरेक्टर्स that were manifested as two opposite traits, example seed shape, seed color, flower color, pod shape, flower position and stem height. Okay. Next one, question number 47. Fruit color in squash is an example of, fruit color in squash is an example of inhibitory genes, recessive epistasis, option C dominant epistasis, and option D complementary genes. So fruit color in squash is an example of option number C dominant epistasis. So what do you mean by epistasis? Now it is a circumstance where the expression of one gene is modified by the expression of the one or more other genes, that is called epistasis. So fruit color in squash is an example of dominant epistasis. Question number 48. A human female with Turner syndrome. A human female with Turner syndrome. Option A, is able to produce children with normal husband. Option B, has 45 chromosomes with XO. Option C, has one additional X chromosome. And option D, exhibits male character. Here the answer will be option B, has 45 chromosomes with X and O. Turner syndrome, that is 45 chromosomes, 44 plus XO, it has 44 autosomes and 1 sex chromosome. That is called Turner syndrome. B option is the correct one. Question number 49. A man whose father was colorblind marries a woman who had a colorblind mother and normal father. What percentage of male children of this couple will be colorblind? 75%, 25%, 0%, 50%. So here the answer will be option number B, 25%. Explanation: because it is present on the X chromosome, color blindness is an autosomal recessive genetic disease. According to first figure, a guy whose father was colorblind, that is will be XY normal, marries a woman whose mother was colorblind and father was normal, that is woman will be a carrier. According to the situations stated in the question, thus when a normal guy marries a carrier woman, the probability of male offspring being colorblind is 25%. So B is the right answer. Question number 50. The incorrect statement regarding hemophilia is incorrect one. Option A single protein involved in the clotting of blood is affected. Option B, it is a sex-linked disease. Option C, it is a recessive disease. Option D, it is a dominant disease. So here the answer is option number D. It is a dominant disease is the incorrect one, because hemophilia, where a single protein involved in the clotting of blood is affected, it is a sex linked disease, recessive disease भी है, और D आपका आंसर होगा. ओके, इनकरेक्ट पूछा है तो D is the answer. Next question number 51. If two persons with AB blood group marry and have sufficiently large number of children, the children could be classified as A blood group, AB blood group, B blood group in 1:2:1 ratio. Modern technique of protein electrophoresis reveals presence of both A and B type of proteins in AB blood group individuals. This is an example of. सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, बस बड़ा करके दिया गया है. AB ब्लड ग्रुप के बारे में दिया गया तो क्या होगा? B is the correct one, codominance. Okay. Explanation: neither phenotype is totally dominant in the codominance. The heterozygous individual, on the other hand, manifest both characteristics. The ABO blood group system is a good example. So here it will be codominance. Okay. Next question number 52. Which Mendelian idea is depicted by a cross in which the F1 generation resembles both the parents? Codominance, incomplete dominance, law of dominance, inheritance of one gene. So here the answer will be option A, codominance. Okay. In case of codominance, F1 generation resembles both parents. Example ABO blood grouping in humans. So option A आपका आंसर होगा. Next question number 53. Which of the following statement is not true for two genes that show 50% recombination frequency? Not true. Incorrect one ढूंढना है. Okay. Option A. If the genes are present on the same chromosome, they undergo more than one crossover in every meiosis. तो correct है. The gene may be on different chromosomes. हो सकता है, ये भी correct है. The genes are tightly linked. ये नहीं होगा, C option. Okay. D, the genes show independent assortment. Correct one. तो C आपका आंसर होगा. C option is the answer. Tightly linked genes show 100% parental type and 0 recombinants. अब यहाँ पर 50% पूछा है तो C is the wrong one. Next and last question of this chapter. If both parents are carrier for thalassemia, which is an autosomal recessive disorder, what are the chances of pregnancy resulting in the affected child? दोनों कैरियर है थैलासेमिया का, तो चाइल्ड कितने परसेंट अफेक्ट हो सकता है? 100%, no chance, 50%, 25%. So here the answer will be option D, 25%. Okay. Affected child will be 1/4, that will be 25% is your answer, option D. And with this we have completed a total of 54 questions that are coming in the previous papers in NEET exam. I hope this video will helpful to you for the preparation of next NEET exam. So watch this video and gain your knowledge. In case of any doubt, I have my number in the description. You can simply ask me by call or by WhatsApp also. Thank you. Jai Jagannath.